For more on that story, I'm now joined by Shafiq Ul-Rahman, close aide to Abdul Qadir Khan. You were close aide to AQ Khan for more than 2 decades. What made him into such revelations at this point in time?
There's a number of issues right now. The basic issue is that, his statement as regards the nuclear program and, shipment of centrifuges to North Korea, that has been taken out of context. Because, even this allegation has two different sets. Number one being that, the allegation as raised by the West. Number two, allegation as raised by Mr. Musharraf. The thing is that, if the allegation was raised by the West, the answer is that, the North Korea does not need Pakistan centrifuges to run their nuclear program, because their program is run on the enrichment, not on enrichment, but reprocessing plant through which they use plutonium. Through enrichment, we use the lower isotope of uranium, which is not the case with the North Korea. So they had no using centrifuges for their nuclear program. So as raised by Mr. Musharraf, that nuclear program, there has been nuclear proliferation with North Korea. Because as General Musharraf alleged that, because the thing which can be said in the defense of Dr. AQ Khan is that, Musharraf himself has alleged that C-130s, military aircraft, were used for sending equipment to North Korea. The question rises is that who owns and operates these C-130s? So, these both things are different. So he's been taken out of context, and as far as the question goes, whether the government was involved or not, in Daily Dawn, of a leading Pakistan national daily, there was an advertisement by Ministry of Commerce in which everything under the sun was being advertised for sale, from centrifuges to heavy water towers to enriched uranium to depleted uranium, and everything. So, I mean, his statement as regards North Korea has been taken out of the context.
Let's try to get some facts straight. It's been said that AQ Khan has confessed that the Pakistani government and President Pervez Musharraf forced him to be a scapegoat for national interest. What interest would that serve?
You see, at that point of time, Pakistan was, being a front line in war on terror, was being pressurized that, instead of taking care of the war on terror, Pakistan is also involved in nuclear proliferation. So, I mean, an easier target. He was made a scapegoat, there's no doubt about it. The whole nation knows it, and even the world knows about it. And at that point of time, in year 2003 and year 2004, in fact, Dr. AQ Khan was detained on 31st January year 2004, and that was an election year for Bush. So, by raising, certain slogans, it was like, closing down of nuclear supermarkets being conducted by Dr. AQ Khan, and, closing them down through his close aide, Mr. Musharraf. Mr. Bush was actually, trying to create and raise his election slogans. And that was election year, and detention of Dr. AQ Khan and rest of the stuff which has been associated with that has not made any difference in this world. And that was a question which was a mere consumption for the American public and the West during the election year of Mr. Bush. And they needed a scapegoat. They created one, a bad hero, a villain, and they were able to create one, and that added a feather to Mr. Bush's cap. Nothing more and nothing less.
Now, Mr. Khan said he was told by Musharraf that it would get the United States off our backs, and that he was promised he would be quickly pardoned. In what way was the United States on Pakistan's back? What were they prodding Pakistan for? What were they looking for, in short?
You see, what our government intended and what US government wanted were two different things. The US government was looking at it as a big conspiracy, and on top, a big conspiracy, which has roots inside Pakistan and outside Pakistan. What Mr. Musharraf was trying to do was, tell the world, and especially the West, that, oh, look, this is a small affair being conducted by a few small group of men, and it has got no roots in Pakistan. And the government is not supporting him, army is not behind him. So this is an isolated act which was being conducted by Mr. Dr. AQ Khan in his individual capacity, and for which he is asking for pardon from the nation as well as from the government. And that's why Dr. Khan was an easier target, because he himself was not an institution. and you see thereby if you had made Dr. A.Q. Khan the target, that you see it was one person, not any institution inside the country. And that's why he was made the scapegoat, and that's why he was asked to come on the national TV to seek pardon from the nation, and that's why he came on the television and he seek pardon.
Very well. Dr. Shafiq Rahman, a close aide to Abdul Qadir Khan, the father of Pakistan's